Funding for this program is made possible by listeners like you and the following sponsors. On Saturday, November 11th at 8 p.m., the Rialto Center for the Arts at Georgia State presents The Queen's Cartoonist. Pulling from over 100 years of animation, The Queen's Cartoonist performances are perfectly synchronized to the films projected on stage. The band matches the energy of the cartoon, leading the audience through a world of virtuistic musicianship, multi-instrumental mayhem, and comedy. The show features classic cartoons like Popeye the Sailor meets Sinbad the Sailor, Porky's Preview, Hedgehog in the Fog, and more. With compositions by jazz-age composers like Carl Stalling, Raymond Scott, and Duke Ellington, alongside classical giants Mozart, Rossini, and R. Strauss. That's Saturday, November 11th at 8 p.m. at the Rialto Center for the Arts, located at 80 Forsyth Street, Northwest, Atlanta, Georgia. Validation for parking is available at the 100 Peachtree Garage. For more information, the website is rialto.gsu.edu. That's rialto.gsu.edu.
WRFG Atlanta, now celebrating our 50th year as your independent community radio station for progressive information and hand-picked quality music. Since 1973, WRFG has provided a voice for those who have been traditionally denied open access to the broadcast media through the involvement of a broad base of community elements to guarantee that access. In the utilization of the station's facilities and its programs, the following communities will receive first priority: those who continue to be denied free and open access to the broadcast media, those who suffer oppression or exploitation based upon class, race, sex, age, creed, sexual orientation, disability, or immigrant status. How about helping us celebrate our milestone 50th year on the air by making your contribution now at wrfg.org.
Good morning, Bob. Good morning, Blues. WRFG Atlanta.
Good morning, Blues. We'll brighten up your day as you put on your shoes. Yeah, yeah. You know it's got to be the way to wake up each and every day on WRFG in Atlanta. Good morning, Blues.
Good morning, Blues.
Good morning, Blues. This is Tony O'Malley on WRFG Atlanta.
Good morning, Blues, Part 2. Welcome to November. Yes, the first edition of London to Louisiana in the books for this month. I have recovered almost. Jet lag is still kicking me, but yes, 13 days of running around London, up and down the staircases at the tube stations, trying to convince myself that, yeah, sure, that absolutely makes up for my exercise routine back home. No, it doesn't. I'm starting to realize that's just one set of muscles. Anyway, a large time was had, and met up with so many of my musical pals. Missed a lot too. A lot of them were off out and about doing other things in other places, and we didn't rendezvous. But I did meet up with some I haven't seen in a while, and I can't think of a better place than to start up in North London. And the Boogaloo Cafe is something out of the 50s. It's kind of on a hill on a corner, and up near Highbury. I think it's actually Highgate Road. But you walk in, it's a pub-style setting, but they do have some food and whatever. But over by the stage, up high on a platform, is a chap spinning vinyl. But he's sitting up high, looking down on his left towards the stage. That's how he wishes to do it. Very much connected to the live show, not hidden in a back room and stuff like that. Anyway, I was there to surprise a chap I haven't seen in the same postcode probably in 15 years. We swap a lot of stories and Facebook friends, and that's what I love about Facebook. Keeps me very connected. But he was late, and I could only stay for a couple of songs. That's just the way they do things there. And this was in an afternoon gig. I had to be somewhere else. I had to be at a dinner 40 miles away later. But I got there, and I surprised him. The rest of the band was there. He was setting up, and he goes backwards and forwards, and he put his hand up to try and move me out of the way because I'm too big. And he looked up, and he went, as one does. And here is that moment for which he gladly welcomed me.
Thank you so much for being with us today. We have friends here from all over the world. We have some from South London. We've even got one here from Atlanta, Georgia. How about it for Bobby over here? He only usually writes weird shit on the internet, but today he's here. He's here right here with us. Welcome, Bobby.
5,000 miles for this.
You know what? He actually only comes here for fish and chips. Because they don't know how to do that in the
You always catch me eating, don't you?
Now, has anyone ever heard of Muddy Waters? You know, he made this song famous way back in the day. He didn't write it, but he made a damn good version of it. It's called Catfish Blues.
So that was Little George SUEREF. And I realized I misspoke. It has to be 20 years. And I tell you why, because I looked up the album Little George SUEREF and the Blue Stars. And that's probably the big hit album. He must have made enough to buy a new motorbike or something. That had Lazy Lester on guitar and harmonica. And that's after that release, shortly after on Pussycat Records, he and I hooked up at a gig on the south side of London somewhere and had a good old chat, and I took some video. So, yeah, 20 years ago, not 15. Anyway, he's Greek parentage and very cool, groovy dude. He actually, these days, many people don't get to make a living, a good living out of playing music. I think he's a boiler pipe fitter, very strong. You know, he's not a giant, but he's a powerful man. And I think that's probably a good space that he can get into. I don't know. Anyway, lovely bloke and superb to see him after such a long time. And this is what he was like the last time.
Hurry up, baby, darling, make up your mind. Your life wire, said the conductor. Let's get it together, baby, like lightning and thunder. 666, 999. Hurry up, baby, darling, make up your mind. You run so fast, you run so slow. People got a hold on you, I don't know. 666, 999. Hurry up, baby, darling, make up your mind. Hurry up, baby, darling, make up your mind. Your life wire, said the conductor. Let's get it together, baby, like lightning and thunder. 666, 999. Hurry up, baby, darling, make up your mind.
Good morning, blues. This is Marcus Malone on the other side of the Atlantic in jolly London, England. You're listening to my top mate, UK Bob, playing the best of British blues on WRFG Atlanta. What a way to start the day. Oh, yeah.
It's time to celebrate art, culture, legacy, and the future with the Hammond's House Museum. Each year, the museum hosts The Gathering to celebrate its anniversary. And this year, the museum will host a benefit concert starring the 6-time Grammy Award-nominated husband and wife duo, The Baylor Project, on Friday, November 3rd, at the Ray Charles Performing Arts Center at Morehouse College at 7 p.m. to honor its 35th year. For more details, the website is www.hammondshouse.org. This has been another public service announcement from your station for progressive information and hand-picked quality music, WRFG 89.3 FM, WRFG.org.
So a lot of today's show will be about me tripping around London in the last week or two and the live shows, a lot of which you'll hear music from, some of which I'll just talk about. Maybe I didn't get anything. But I'll certainly share with you some of the escapades. Not all of it. We're going to break out and play new stuff as we go along. I'll try and split it up in equal batches for you. Please also note that, yes, there will be a volume imbalance as you move around different venues and stuff, and all of which just iPhone, nothing fancy, okay, but good enough. I hope you heard little George stating that, welcoming me, but told the whole audience that I was just there for the fish and chips, which was true, but anyway, good stuff indeed. So, where were we off to now? Yes. This chap plays with so many acts and has always been in huge demand. Mostly blues, but not just that. He's very capable in so many different ways. Soul, funk, you name it. He is the drummer to go to when you want an album done right. And that's the way I've seen him for 30 years, at least. And I caught up with him 2 nights running. The first night was a total surprise to him. I knew what I was doing, didn't announce where I was going. And but the second night I had to swear him to secrecy because he was playing with the band I was going to see. And I was telling him, just act surprised. But like all of us, he's not 25 anymore. So why don't we begin with him taking a bum break before the song.
Your arse gets tired. You know? And if you don't stand up, your legs seize up. And that would be great for a drum. Yeah, I can see a couple of people nodding. They know exactly what I'm talking about. It's the same kind of thing that you get on long distance car drives. But on car drive, you think, no, I'm a man, I'm not going to stop. Nah, I can keep going. On drumming, you want to try and keep doing that. You get the whole band turning around again. You're in the wrong key. So I'm having that enforced break right now. I hope you will bear with me. Stop doing that exercise. So bear with me, I'm going to sit back down and get on with the next number. My legs are starting to work again, so we'll go on with the show. Thank you.
So the band is Sam Kelly's Station House. Very interesting, uniquely original medley of styles that they get into. Bluesy, jazzy, rocky, funky. Very hard to pin down, pigeonhole, which is what makes them so good. And anyway, that was him standing for 60 seconds and covering up an excuse as to why he was standing because his bum hurt. But what happened next was he hadn't seen me. I was sitting at a table left. I moved after he knew I was there. And he called out, does anybody know Adrian Byron Burns? And I said, I bloody do. And he looked round from the kit over the skins to the right, to the voice that he recognized. And he goes, blimey. So that's when he knew I was there. Adrian is a wonderful singer-songwriter who lives in France, actually, that you've heard me play on the show before. But the fact that somebody knew who he was. And anyway, that's how that kicked off. So the reason he said that is because he was about to play a song called Trippin' on the Wire, which belongs to Adrian, which you're going to hear right now. Sam Kelly's Station House.
This is Dana Gillespie from London, England, to tell you about the second best way to wake up. Just tune in to UK Bob and his Good Morning Blues show and feel good for 4 hours on WRFG Atlanta.
Hey everybody, it's 89 Volt. It's 89 Volt, man, and you're listening to WRFG Atlanta Good Morning Blues with UK Bob. London to Louisiana. Dude plays the best music, man. Tune in, drop out, dig it.
So Sam Kelly's Station House Band were at a venue I hadn't been to before. By the way, I would say over the last, since COVID, at least 25 new venues, small to medium, not giant, all putting on great music, a lot of which is soul blues stuff. But anyway, they could have been converted from a prior venue, but I don't remember the locations. I think they're genuinely new, some of which you're going to hear about. That was one of them. The George IV pub in Chiswick has a very nice back room. Seats 120, maybe a little more, and tables at the back. Very much reminds me of the Vista Room with cafe tables at the front and bigger seated areas, but in a semicircle, nicely laid out. Anyway, I saw Sam again the following night. This was on Thursday. I saw Sam again on the Friday night because he was playing in the band you're going to hear next, which was another lovely surprise because we actually got there early. There'd been a time change and the band was late. And I rolled up into the car park at the same time as they did. And I shouted out, "Excuse me, Governor, would you like a hand with that?" Nice big surprise to see this chap. George and Val Cowell band featuring Pete Stroud on bass and Sam Kelly on drums. This was another new venue, billed as the South London and Surrey Blues Club or Society or something like that. Basically, a rentable hall, community hall actually, where the chap there puts on all kinds of things, bingo or special events, but has a regular blues band event, good one, not just the smaller stuff, the bigger circulating London acts, which he does about once a month. And that's why I got to see Sam 2 nights running. Anyway, at first it was like a church converted, or it was a very old building, but I was worried about the space above us and the echo, but they had it well organized. Sound was pretty good. So me and my mate Paul sat back and soaked up another cool show. Worked out very well. Let's divert to a different part of the world. That was really on the outskirts of London. I'm going to take you back north into the city, but east across to Brixton. And this area is a favorite of mine. A lot of people used to live in fear of going to Brixton. It was notoriously tricky to navigate, but I think that was an 80s thing. But it kept a bit of a stigma. But the area itself is very, very relevant to the Windrush. The square, as soon as you come out of the tube station, is dedicated to those that came on that boat in the late 40s and populated London with all the people we needed to rebuild after losing so many men in World War II. And they were housed in that area. So my next artist is someone I've seen 3 times live in the last 4 or 5 trips, but I've been playing him for over 20 years. He became an overnight sensation in 20 years, probably in the last year or 2, and he just won, he and the band, mustn't forget to mention that the band are equally important, sitting behind him, and they just won the UK Blues Award to come and play in January in Memphis. Kind of a big deal. So he plays all over at festivals. He was at the 606 Club a few nights earlier, making some well-earned money. But whenever he's in town, he will play at this pub on a Wednesday night for free because he believes he owes the community.
Baby, elevator running slow. I pause it, pretty mama. You're living off the floor. I hold my hand. I wish you could understand. Everybody try to tell me somebody who do the hoodoo man. One go Louisiana, baby. Get me a mojo hand. Have all your pretty women. Man, show mother man. I hold my hand.
try to tell me somebody who do the hoodoo man? You, baby, on the phone. You said last night, you said you wanna hold my hand. I wish you could understand. Everybody trying to tell me somebody who do the hoodoo man.
The fabulous Errol Linton Band, track left over with still some Halloween voodoo in it, Hoodoo Man. So this is a pub in Brixton that's a pretty short walk, but you'd have to know where you were going. It's maybe less than a mile, but you know, in the pouring rain, you need to know exactly what you're doing. I stuffed a sandwich in my face sitting on the bench in Windrush Park because I hadn't had time to eat and I didn't want to take food into the pub. I got there a little late, but it was worth it. Bit of a trek sometimes, but the ERROL Hall Tavern sits in the middle of a housing estate, the estate that the Windrush folks grew up on. We're now going back 3 generations, you see, of which Errol's parents came across also. So that's why he does that. And it's a big, brown, dark building, very ominous looking building. And if you didn't know better, you might cross the street and go the other way. But it's beautifully decked out and gutted inside from a few years ago. You can't tell what's going on in London buildings from the outside. You can walk down the mall and look at this big old grey place on the left, only to find out that it's a fabulous ballroom. It's just the way it is. So, always fun with Errol and the boys on a Wednesday night for free if you go to a pub in Brixton. It's just, you have to know what you know, and that's what it's about. So if you're going to Memphis in January, you will see him, let me tell you, fabulously entertaining and unique singer, harmonica player with a superb band. So keep your eyes peeled. Where are we going next? We'll do one more and then we'll break out into new music. I know what. I'm going to take you to a new venue and a new artist I'd never met or heard of, but we connected. And Gypsy Jazz is just a vague rendition of what the band might be all about, but a super talented piano player and a nice bloke too. So let me tell you where we were. But first, I've got to look it up exactly to make sure I'm telling you the right thing.
First Voices Festival, a celebration of indigenous cultures, returns for its second year to Little 5 Points in Atlanta from November 17th through the 24th, 2023. A full weekend of complimentary events includes an evening of Muskogee, Creek, storytelling, and music at 7 stages, followed by 2 full days of powwow activities featuring dance, music, and food from indigenous people of many backgrounds. The following Friday, a special screening of Rumble, The Indians Who Rock the World, will be held at Plaza Theater. Events are family-friendly and open to the public. For more information on event details and schedules, the website is 7stages.org. This has been another public service announcement from your station for progressive information and handpicked quality music, WRFG 89.3 FM and WRFG.org.
So explaining the location and the venue is very important to the story as to why I was there. I've tried a few times. Either the wrong artist was on or I didn't have time to get there. It's in Islington, East London. We're talking Jack the Ripper territory, okay? Anyway, Plaquemine Lock is an English pub on the Regent's Canal, almost towards the dead end. And that was built at the turn of the 20th century by Jacob Hortenstein, who came there specifically to build a lock that would enable heavy cargo from Louisiana, from the Schwing Lumber and Shingle Corporation, and later sugarcane oil and stuff, to transfer safely from the bayou onto the mighty Mississippi. They opened it in 1909. So anyway, it's been there a long time, and the great-grandson, Jacob Kennedy, is the person that built and owned the pub bar the way it is today. Amazing. Wonderful food. Super hospitality, very organized, and just a great spot. And arriving in the dark was kind of eerie, looking over the canal, looking at some of the boats that are just sitting there, trying to imagine what happened 130, 140 years ago. But the reason I was there was to connect and not just get seduced by the food and the joyful noise going on in this place. The food, the Cajun and Creole cooking, some of it super original. I really liked the fact that I could sit down and witness this chap putting on some great sounds.
This Sunday, take a cruise down Route 66. Route 66 celebrates a special time when jazz, R&B, and blues were all on the same page and often in the same song. The focus is on the music of the jump blues and early rock and roll eras of the 40s to mid-50s and how those styles have evolved over the years. It's truly great American music that scared some folks half to death.
That two-beat pattern is the music brought to the United States of America by the communist conspiracy to corrupt teenagers.
Well, whatever. Please join us Sunday morning from 7 to 9 for Route 66 on WRFG 89.3 FM. Your independent community radio station is streaming worldwide over our free mobile app and WRFG.org.
Hey, this is Bandini from London, and you are listening to UK Bob Good Morning Blues, WRFG Atlanta. And let me tell you something from a real Italian. When you cook your spaghetti carbonara, please don't cook your eggs.
Watching pictures, a little dog say a little love, red light to lipstick, and now ring the bell. check into the Hollywood motel. She said she had an agent, boy, was he bad? So she took a pistol and shot him dead. She used to think she was big in Japan, and now she's back at the Hollywood motel with lamps of darling ready for the big step. Sing a heart out while she's whinging in her bed. Now everybody listen, my story is so sad. I thought this was a church, just Hollywood motel, and I fell in love. Wasn't enough. I ran away, it was a little too much. She said, I'm happy on my own. What do you need people for? Hollywood motel now, shut that door. Now everybody follow me down to Hollywood. Dapper gins, perfect time, without jokes and phony rhymes. Homecoming soldiers on a Victorian set, recreate your world like Hollywood reggae. Now moving like Travolta at the Hawthorne Grill, swinging through another drunken bill. Step in, step out, you know you never can tell. Another great night at the Hollywood motel. Oh, everybody, follow me down to Hollywood. Englishman with a language complex, talking in Russian with an Italian accent. Glittery dreams in my When I was a little boy, Grandma took me to the church. She said, we're going to expire our sins. There was a long queue outside, everyone with a little bag full of money, waving like a flag. What's the money for? Grandma said, good Jesus, good Lord. Well, I give it to the Father. He whispers, son, you're free to go. So don't you worry, dear mother, I already paid the Father to say my name on the day of the death.
Today ain't this special day. We're here to celebrate our treatment to the dead. First of all, I'd like to thank God to have such a blessed and loved community.
quiet, and I can hear your breath. Silence, silence, stay silent. Shut your heart and sing, child. Don't you worry, dear mother, I already paid a father to say my name on the day of the dead. But I saw no light, no, I have no rest. I'm just a star on the day of the dead. Exploring the world on DMT, but nothing will kill us. Playing at home, the walking that blue, and keep me up all night long. And I can feel my legs and my face is just a mess. I gotta live in with a walking on death. So come on, let's walk, walk, walk the walking dead. Blues, blues, blues. So give me some blues, blues, blues. I got to get loose, loose, loose. So come on, let's walk, walk, walk the walking dead. Blues, blues, blues. So give me some blues, blues, blues. I got to get loose, loose. Straight to Chicken Town. What you see is what you get. A friend in need is a friend in debt. And all the walking dead blues. Give me up all night long. Yep. And I can feel my legs and my face is just a mess. I gotta live in with a walking dead. So come on, let's walk, walk, walk the walking dead. Blues, blues, blues. So give me some blues, blues, blues. You got to get loose, loose, loose. So come on, let's walk, walk, walk the walking dead. Blues, blues, blues. So give me some blues, blues, blues. You got to get loose, loose, loose.
That was the wonderful sound of Bandini. No, it's not a martini that's been prohibited. It must mean a bunch of other things, or maybe that's his actual name. I didn't get to see his passport or his driver's license. Anyway, very joyful energy on stage with his band, and a solo piano performer, also very entertaining. But what you have to know is that this is very much gypsy jazz, rock, blues, all kind of, segued together into pieces and then quite differently into different stories and sounds. There's 2 albums out. One is just about to come out next week. Please, if you're interested, go have a look at bandinimusic.com. And I think the single was the second one that I played. But he's got a lot of good stuff on there and some great videos that will give you a much better idea than I can speak of. People have called him the bastard son of Tom Waits and Cab Calloway and other wild things. And he says he's influenced by Dr. John, The Clash, and Van Morrison. So that gives you a real spectrum, doesn't it? Anyway, very theatrical stuff. This reminds me super much of the band that now, of course, I cannot think of. If you imagine a toned down, smaller version of that crazy Russian outfit who had that song. They've had several albums called Start Wearing Purple. Somebody help me out here. I'll come back to you on that. Anyway, that just crossed my mind. But very, very entertaining, talented. So hoping to see him maybe in America at some point. He would fit perfectly in New Orleans and maybe in Atlanta too. But he's got a lot of people backing him. He's played a lot of cool places all around London. He's produced by Camille Hines on the last album. This is the same guy that puts together Paul Weller and the Style Council and stuff like that. The band can be as big as an 8-piece to give you that big theatrical feel. And anyway, keep an eye out for him. And like I said, everything's there on the website to fill in the visual that goes along with the audio.
Hey, this is Bandini, your Italian cockney from London, innit? You're listening to UK Bob at Good Morning Blues, WRFJ Atlanta. So why, yeah?
This is John Cleary from New Orleans, Louisiana, and you're listening to UK Bob, the Good Morning Blues.